Hey y'all, let's make dinner for that man and them kids. We have some cheddar-based swim biscuits with salmon lasagna roll-ups. We're going to go ahead and get started with our salmon. I like to take the skin off of mine, and I use the back of my knife. You're just going to slide it down the back just like that, baby. Pull it off, and you're going to be good and ready to go. Go ahead, grab you a lemon. You're going to roll that on the river. Then you're going to add that lemon juice, a little splash of vinegar with some cold water. Let that sit for a few minutes. You're going to come back, rinse it off, pat it dry, and once your salmon look like this, you're going to hit it with a little oil. Now, I'm using a Marty's Kitchen infused olive oil bomb 10 out of 10. Y'all see I almost done used it all. We also going to hit it with some of the Marty's Kitchen Cajun seasoning, some Old Bay, a little garlic and onion powder, black pepper, a little Italian seasoning, and paprika. And once your salmon look like that, baby, we're going to wrap it up in some foil. Stick it in the oven on 400 for about 15-20 minutes. And while that's doing what it do, we're going to get started on the filling. I'm using cream cheese. You can use half cream cheese, half ricotta, but baby, I don't fancy ricotta too much. I ended up using 3 blocks. You might not need that much. Go ahead and get you some Italian cheese. Now, if you're a cheese shredder, shredding makes your world go round, baby, then shred it up, shred it up. But I'm going to go ahead and use this bag, throw that in there, and then we're going to get us some spinach, slice and dice it up, and add it on top. Add a few of them seasonings you used earlier. I cracked 2 eggs in there, and then you just going to give it a good mix. And you want your cream cheese to be softened already so it's easier to mix together. And I know I said I don't be shredding cheese, friend, but it's hard to find pre-shredded Gouda, so I'm going to go ahead and shred up this little block right here. Once you got your Gouda shredded, put that to the side and get started on boiling your lasagna noodles. While that's doing what it do, we're gonna make us an Alfredo sauce. Get you about 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Add you some garlic in there. If you want to mince it by hand, friend, go ahead and mince. I ran out, so I had to add about a tablespoon of butter and bouillon in there to make it do what it do. We're gonna add a container of heavy whipping cream, and then we're gonna add some more Italian cheese. Now you want to let that heavy whipping cream get a little warm before you add the cheese, and make sure you got the heat real low. You don't want your cheese to curdle. Add a few seasonings if you feel like you need it, baby, and then you just gonna mix it up until it starts to get thick. Now while that's doing what it do, we're gonna grab that salmon out the oven. You gotta taste it to make sure it's safe for the children, and then we're gonna throw that into our cream cheese mixture. Don't over mix it because you want your salmon to still kind of be chunky. Just kind of incorporate it a little bit. By this time the lasagna noodles should be done, so we're gonna lay our lasagna noodles out, and then we're just gonna add some shredded cheese in the middle. We're gonna add our cream cheese and salmon filling, and then we're just gonna roll it up. Friend, it ain't nothing to it but to do it. Don't tell me you don't know how to roll, because I know you do. Anyway, 1 box of lasagna noodles will get you 18 rolls. That's all you really need. Put some of that Alfredo sauce on the bottom, and then you're going to add your rolls into your baking dish. Add some more of that Alfredo sauce on top, baby, and then you're going to layer it up with that Gouda cheese, and I also put some of that triple cheddar on there. Now we're going to wrap it in some foil, stick it in the oven on 400 for about 10 minutes covered, 10 minutes uncovered, and then we're going to get started on our biscuits. Now, baby, y'all know my name is not Betty. I do not bake, but I got me a measuring cup, and we're going to see what we can do. We're making a cheddar-based swim biscuits. They kind of like the Red Lobster biscuits. You're going to need 2.5 cups of flour, a tablespoon of baking powder, a tablespoon of sugar, a tablespoon of garlic powder, baby. Then you're going to add a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of onion powder. Add you some parsley in there if you fancy like that, and then add you 2 cups of buttermilk. Next, you want to add your cheese. I ended up using about 2 cups of cheese, and then you're just going to mix everything, but don't over mix. You just want enough for your dough to be wet. If it's not wet enough, then go ahead and add you a little bit more buttermilk, and it should look something like this. Now go ahead and get you a stick of unsalted butter, melt that down, then we're going to add our dough right on top, spread it around in your dish, and we're going to stick this in the oven on 400 for about 25 minutes. Watch it, friend. If it get too brown, go ahead and take it out now. Now, while our biscuits are baking, we're going to whip up a salad real quick. We got some romaine cucumbers, a few tomatoes, and when it come out the oven, we're going to add some of that garlic butter on top, and it should look just like this. And I know I said my name wasn't Betty, but we might have to revisit that because these came out perfect. And so did them salmon lasagna roll-ups, baby. So once everything is done, all you got to do is plate it up. Go ahead, add that salad, your biscuits, and your roll-ups on the side. Add a little ranch dressing on top of that salad if you like it like that. Stick a fork in it and call that man and them kids and tell them to come eat because dinner is served. And y'all, this got to be one of my top 3 favorite recipes. I'm telling you, bomb 10 out of 10 will make again. Anyway, love y'all. Bye, y'all.